So this is ABRSM Grade 1 Theory, question 3.1 and 3.2. And the question is to tick one box to show the correctly written key signature of F major. So this question requires two sets of knowledge. Your first bit of knowledge is you need to understand what the key signature is of F major. Now, hopefully you've been taught your circle of fifths, which starts at the top and you have C major, and going around this side, this is the sharps and this is the flat side. We have G major, which has got one sharp, and we have got D major, which is two sharps. Now around the flat side, we have F major, which has one flat, and we have B flat major, which has two flats. Now I actually go further than this and I go down to 4 sharps and flats, and sometimes even to 6, even with my grade 2 students. So grade 1 and grade 2 do actually know a few more keys than this. But this is a good start. And then we need to know the order of the sharps and the order of the flats. And Father Christmas gave Dad an electric blanket, works very, very well. And then you can either say blanket explodes and Dad got cold feet, or you can just write this backwards. So B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Hopefully this is just revision, as you should already know what the key signature is if you finished grade 1 theory. So F major, as we know from our chart below, has got one flat, and the flat is B flat. Okay, so we've got a B flat. So already we know that it's not this one. But now we've got 3 versions of key signature with one flat. So this is where the second set of knowledge comes in. First set of knowledge, we need to know what our key signatures are and what sharps and flats are in each of our key signatures for grade 1. And the second bit of knowledge is you need to know where to put those sharps and flats on the stave. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look at this one. So this one has got a flat that is on the second line up from the bottom, and it is the B line, and this one is correct. Now we do need to know the order of this. It would be very, very helpful for you to learn and to memorize this looking at the ABRSM grade 1 workbook. Now this one is not correct because they have put it on the next line up, because it's in bass clef. It's a D flat. I think the reason why lots of people might go for this answer is because they forgot to look at the clef, and that would have been correct had that been in the treble clef. So it's definitely not this one. Okay, now this final one here has a B flat which has gone flying and is right up the very top of the stave. So definitely not this one either. It would never start up so high. So it's definitely not those two. Again, you can review the order of these in the book, and you can see how they're written. It's a very good idea to see how they're written, and we go through this further in higher grades. Okay, I am going to use this chart again to work out what is the key signature of D major. Now, D major has, here it is, it's got 2 sharps, it's got, let's do our 2 sharps, it's F sharp and it is C sharp, and we have to work out which one of these. Obviously it isn't. So it's definitely not this one, because this one has only got 1 sharp. So I'm just going to get rid of this so that we can see a little bit more of what we're doing, and then we can work out how we're going to answer the rest of the questions. So we're looking for an F sharp and a C sharp, and we need to find the correct location on the stave for them. Okay, so let's have a look at this first one. So this one here has an F sharp and it has a C sharp. They're both very sensibly placed, and I suspect that it might be this one, but we're going to have a look at the others and work out why they would not be right. Okay, well this is a D in treble clef. It would be an F sharp if it was in the bass clef, but this is a D. So the first one would be D sharp. No, I don't think so. And the second one is A sharp. Okay, all a bit questionable there. So I think the person that might have gone for this might have got mixed up with their clefs. So no, it's definitely not this one. Okay, now let's have a look at the last one. Now this one's interesting because the two notes that are here are an F sharp and a C sharp. Okay, which is exactly what we worked out that we needed for D major. However, the F sharp is being put on the very, very bottom space in the stave, and that's not where the first F sharp lives. The first F sharp lives here in this line. So this is the bit of knowledge that you need to know. So I would go back to the ABRSM workbooks if you're unsure about this and have a look at the way that the order of the sharps and the flats are written out and get those memorized. There are some patterns and they're more useful to you in the higher grades when you are dealing with a lot more sharps and flats in your key signatures.